Tonight, we'd like to invite you to join us for dinner at the most talked restaurant in Paris, Jules Verne, a 2 Michelin-starred restaurant located on the second level of the Eiffel Tower, about 125 meters above ground. There are many mixed reviews you can find online about this restaurant. Here's a few. On TripAdvisor, Christella wrote, "Exceptional, sublime restaurant. Everything was exceptional. The private elevator, the view from the Paris room, the very kind staff, and the food." And then you have contradicting ones like, "Overrated food with a view." Then on Google, Gavin Boyd wrote, "The food was incredible. The staff was knowledgeable and very friendly. The wine pairing was exceptional." However, Peter on Google wrote, "The overall dining experience was underwhelming and did not justify the high expectations we had. It felt more like a tourist trap than a fine dining experience." So it makes you wonder and want to experience this fine dining yourself. Is it worth it, or is it a tourist trap? We plan to take Uber and get dropped off closest to the south entrance where the restaurant is at. Make sure you allow extra time if this will be your first time visiting the Eiffel Tower. Why? Because Uber may not drop you off closer than you hoped for and may have to walk a bit to the entrance, kind of what happened to us. After arriving in Paris, this was one of the things we were anxious and excited about. We're about to have dinner at the most iconic and romantic place in the world. It took us about 8 minutes to walk from the front of the Eiffel Tower, where we got dropped off at, to the south entrance security line.
Isn't there a special VIP entrance?
Priority access line is reserved for dining at the Eiffel Tower. To your far right in entrance 1. Once you get through security, you can either spend the extra time roaming under the magnificent Eiffel Tower. The tower was definitely bigger than I imagined. It is advisable to make reservations 3 months prior, especially if you'd like seat accommodations. We did what was recommended and booked our dinner 88 days before, since we are celebrating my husband's birthday and requested to be seated near the window.
Why are you all dressed up?
We read online there was a dress code. We couldn't get into Tavern on the Green because I was wearing shorts one time.
You got your hair done?
Well, look, we had a situation, all right? It was a moat, and then we did that. I don't have to explain.
After exchanging several emails, it is confirmed that men do not need to wear a suit with a jacket, as long as the outfits remain elegant and appropriate. No sports, shorts, tracksuits, or sneakers are allowed. They will turn you away and you will lose your deposit. In our case, for 4 people, 1,160 euros would go to waste if we showed up late or didn't have appropriate attire. As we made our way inside to take the private elevator, there was already a short line. We spent about 15 minutes waiting since only 6 people can get on the lift at a time.
Would you like to leave us anything, maybe?
I want my soda.
Have a lovely dinner. Thank you so much.
It was 7:15 by the time we sat at our requested table. This was the view we've been waiting for.
You like Paris so far? How's it been so far? Good?
Presented to us with a piece of art that paid tribute to the French author Jules Verne, whose work often explored the possibilities of the future with stories that reflect the belief in the power of human imagination and invention. The windows offered a panoramic view of the city, probably the best in Paris, really. So far, so good with expected professionalism. We started our night with cocktails as we soaked in the view with feelings of disbelief that we're actually dining inside the Eiffel Tower.
Jules Verne.
To the Jules Verne restaurant.
What? The what?
Jules Verne restaurant.
Ah, le Jules Verne.
We were first given an appetizer, a personal Tlet of roasted tomato, good for a starter, paired with preserved cherry tomatoes in a sabayon smoked butter and garlic oil. This was simple and delicious. The head waiter then handed us the menu. For dinner, there's either a 5-course or 7-course tasting menu. We wanted the full experience, so we went with a 7-course menu with wine pairing. The first course, the lobster with a light vanilla foam, kind of like a meringue. Filled in the center is green apple zephyr with olive oil. The presentation was elegant and tasted refreshing, but the lobster was small and light, you can barely taste it. We enjoy a good glass of wine, but we don't know much about it. We're no experts, but we do appreciate wine. The next course is called Giro. It's a puffed buckwheat gelato with 36-month aged Comté cheese, paired with mushroom yellow wine sauce or Vernon, known for its nutty, spicy, and yeasty character. This was unique and tasted decent. Next, we have the langoustine, prepared as a ravioli with a bright red beetroot jelly in a creamy deux pois sauce. This was just okay to me. The next dish is my favorite, the turbot. Presentation was beautiful too. It's a flat fish, it's firm and flaky with light flavor, served with or over beurre blanc, a creamy and buttery sauce, garnished with a few drops of citrusy yuzu and osetra caviar.
With the whole appetizer, the one.
Next course is the lamb confit inside the pomme boulanger, which can be described as a potato casserole with caramelized onions topped with this saucy green pea.
Monsieur, we serve the lamb. The lamb is going to be cooked inside the 16 hours.
Which, to be honest, I don't really have much to say about it. The next dish is an add-on to the menu, the mature cheese with truffle dish. It costs an extra 35 euros if you want to include this. Is it worth it? Yes. It was packed with truffles inside and on top of the cheese. Dessert is next. This is raspberry with elderflower and red wine infusion. The second dessert was perfect. Chocolate in 2 different temperatures. A cacao stick, ice cream, and a warm chocolate souffle. This was so good and it hits the spot. And finally, they present to us our last spice of the night, cherry cheese Tlet and cream puffs. Alright, so we sat down at 7:30 p.m. and finished at 12:20 a.m. That's almost a 5-hour dinner experience. So make sure you know what you're getting into when you decide which course you want. We took the last few moments to soak it all in before heading back down. The total for tonight was about 2,300 euros. What we thought about this 2 Michelin-starred restaurant? A very memorable experience, once-in-a-lifetime type of deal. Fine dining inside the Eiffel Tower? Not many people can say this.
Must be it. Must be it.
When we planned for Paris, our mindset was to experience the city with a view, and this was it. We felt that it will be a special way to remember Paris given a short time that we have here. However, what felt like a perfect experience went into an unexpected comment from the